I'm going to teach you how to make this cycle in Blender. Let's get started. First, we need to add the reference image. So I'm going to delete all this, press Shift A, image, reference, and load up the reference image. Now I'll press Alt R to cancel that rotation, and I'll press RX90, RX90, RZ90, and I'll bring this up like this. Now we can start with the modeling. I'll bring my 3D cursor over here by pressing Shift and right click. Then I'm going to press Shift A, and I'm going to select Q. Go to edit mode by pressing tab. Press A to make sure that every geometry of this cube is selected, and then press M, merge at center. So we have the single word remaining. Now make sure that you are in vertex selection mode and bring this over here like this. Press E to extrude and extrude this like this. We're going to convert this to a curve and give it some depth to make this cylindrical look. Okay, so first we need to trace this frame. So I'm just gonna quickly do that. Try to keep it as low poly as possible. We can always add more geometry to this by subdivision modifier. Now in object mode, I'm gonna right click and convert this to a curve. Over here, let's decrease the resolution preview, and under the geometries tab, decrease the resolution to 2 and give it some depth. Now we just need to weld these together. As we can see in the reference, these metals are welded together. So it's pretty simple to do. First we need to convert this back to a mesh, and then press this, bring it in like that, and I'm gonna take a cutout with the knife tool like this. Press K to enable the knife tool and just take a cutout like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. And once the loop is completed, press enter. Now delete faces. Now I will add an edge loop. The shortcut is Ctrl R, and then I'm gonna press this loop or left click and wait. Press Shift Z to go to wireframe mode and delete those vertices. Now we need to just join these, which is very easy to do. Press this vertex and then this, and then press M and merge at last. Or you can do this way, do this and merge at first. But make sure that you're merging this to this, not the other way around, because if you merge this to this like that, merge at last, then you can see that its shape is gonna be ruined, right? We want to maintain this cylinder shape. I'm gonna just merge these together like that. Now we need to complete this topology. We can't have an hanging vertex like that because it's gonna create this n-gon. As you can see, it has 5 edges, right? And these 2 over here, and it's optimal to have chords. Okay, so anyways, press Ctrl R, and you can see the loop is not being completed because of this n-gon phase. So I will press K and I will manually do that. Press enter once you're done. Okay, so the topology is completed. So if I press Ctrl R now, you can see the whole loop is being made. This is because our topology is perfect, right? So now this looks very low poly, right? To make it look smoother and nicer, we can press Ctrl 1, which is gonna add subdivision modifier, or you can go to this wrench icon and then search for subdivision modifier. So I'm gonna enable this, I'm gonna crank this up a little, and then you can shade this smooth. However, we have this issue going on here. This is because the subdivision modifier is trying to round this edge to this edge, right, like that. So to fix that, we need to add supporting loops. Okay, so first I'm gonna disable subdivision in edit mode by pressing here, and this is what I mean. Look, if I add an edge loop over here by pressing Ctrl R, and then I add another edge loop over here like this, now you can see that issue is resolved. This is because the subdivision is now gonna only round these edges. Okay, if that makes sense, and we get this result. Now I'm just gonna quickly do the same thing over here. Okay, once we are done with this, now we need to make this smaller part. So I'm gonna press this edge, and then I'm gonna press Shift S, cursor to select it. Now in object mode, I'll press Shift A, add a plane, go to edit mode, make sure everything is selected by pressing A, and then merge, add center. Now I'll bring this vertex, make sure that you're in vertex selection. Now I'll bring this vertex somewhere around here, and then I'm gonna extrude. E is for extrude. Press E and extrude like this. Now in object mode, I'll convert this to a curve, and over here I'll do the same thing, and I'll give it some depth like this. Now we're gonna weld these together. So to do that, we're gonna have to join these. Ctrl J, select these two and press Ctrl J to join them together. Wait. Acha, first we need to convert this back to a mesh, and then press these two and press Ctrl J. Now shade this flat so that it's easier for us in edit mode, and I'm gonna bring these edges inside this. Now we'll do the same thing. We'll just take a cutout like this. And I will delete these faces. Now in vertex selection, I'm just gonna merge these together like this. And I will add supporting loops. And now we need to complete the topology over here. As you can see, this is a very huge n-gon we got over here, right? So we need to fix this. If we don't, then you can see these visible issues in our mesh, right? Look at these issues. So I'll press Ctrl R and I'll complete this like this. And I'm gonna add another edge loop over here like this. And another cut loop over here. Now let's do the same thing at the top here, right? Now we can see we have no issues like that. Now if you want, you can add supporting loops like this, and it looks even better now.